Boom. And it's on. Alright. Druze Daily Dose, episode number 17. Back at you. Coming live and direct on my way home from twerking. And I'm actually almost home already, but I gotta do it. Because, like I said, I've been wanting to do a lot more podcasts because life is too short and I got to do more and more and more. Well, and also it was kind of like a New Year's resolution, I guess, because my last episode was New Year's Day, and I should be at least, at bare minimum, doing one of them a month. And it's already March. So, well, I think, is it March 1st or 2nd? Okay, it's 2nd. So, yeah. I biffed that up, but we're here now. And I mean, shit. I don't have to do one a day. I can do as many as I want at any given time. So, really, you know, the world's mine. Get back. Can't quit my little Ice Cube shout out right there. Got to pay homage to the legend, the West Coast legend. But and also I forgot to say, this is like hella not important at all, but I forgot to point out that my last episode was episode 16, which is Joe Montana's jersey number, the greatest quarterback of all time. Although some say Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but who knows? He's definitely got more Super Bowl rings, but anywho, I'm going to jump right into health and diet and fitness, because last episode I could not think of it. I was like, oh, what is that seed that's good for your brain? And I was like, flaxseed. Well, flaxseed is phenomenal for your brain, and it is, you know, it has a lot of nutritional value. Very, very, like, a lot of health benefits flaxseed does. But, drum roll please, the seed I was thinking of at that time, but was drawing a blank, super brain fart, is chia seeds. Chia seeds are extremely good for your health. Extremely. As well as flaxseed. And there's a few other seeds. Hemp seed is another phenomenal one. But yeah, chia seeds. So, with that being said, top health benefits of chia seeds are high in protein, contain large amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, help to keep your blood sugar in check, are also high in calcium, are high in fiber, are loaded with essential vitamins and trace minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, I think I'm butchering that, phosphorus, iron, copper, magnesium, manganese, zinc, and niacin. Who would have thought? That is so cool. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A little, brief little health benefits there. Little read off of chia seeds. So there it is. So now that I got the health, diet, nutrition type deal out of the way, I can now rant about bullshit. Nah. But no, so last episode I was talking about cars and how excited I was. Still am. But lately, because my whole new thing is I gotta get some exercise, guys. I really, really do. It's hitting a critical point where, because I used to exercise, man, like crazy, dude. 2K17, no. Well, the beginning of it. And then, March, I got my car, because prior to having my car, I literally rode my bike literally 20 miles a day, bare minimum. I mean, I think it was, it was like, because the job I had at that time was in Livermore. I lived in San Ramon, and I was riding my bike like, God, I want to say 11 miles one way. So then that's 22 to and from work. And man, I was in the best shape of my life. But prior to that job, I used to work in Dublin, and I lived in San Ramon, and that was, kind of equivalent. No, that was a lot less, actually. That was about 7 miles one way, something like that. So it was like 14, but then I would ride to my sister's, and that was like, so give or take, I was doing about 20 a day still, depending on what was going on. And with that said, guys, man, I was in incredible shape. And for a year and a half, I trained jiu-jitsu roughly 2 to 3 times a week. 2 bare minimum. It was rare when it would be 1. So man, guys, I was in phenomenal shape. So 20 miles a day. Oh yeah, and then, dude, I would ride home. To my sister's, or I'd ride to work, after, ride to my sister's, ride home with my mom, then ride to jiu-jitsu class on my bike, which is, equivalent to where my work was, so another 7 miles. Then I would, train jiu-jitsu, which is a lot of cardio. I can't even tell you how much cardio that is. And then after that, I would ride home, which is another 7 miles, let's say. We're just rounding it off the top of our heads today, or right now. And then, get a good night's sleep, wake up early at the crack ass of dawn, because I worked 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., perfect schedule. I mean, honestly, that was the perfect life, dude. No bullshit. Yeah, I didn't really have a love life, but honestly, I wasn't even focused on a love life at that time. I mean, I was just fitness, trained jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu was like my number one priority in life. Well, that and spending time with my nephew. That's why I shot to my sister's house after work, because he was just born. I mean, he was 1 to 2 years old. So just spending time with him and just, making memories with, my slogan in life is precious moments with precious people, and just making memories. And that's what we did. And I made memories with the jiu-jitsu people, phenomenal. I met some of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life doing jiu-jitsu, in jiu-jitsu class. My instructor was awesome. Big shout out to Mateus Andre, Brazilian cat. Man, he was awesome. He ended up leaving the academy not too long after I stopped training. And I just stopped training because I just got caught up with life. I mean, first of all, it's expensive. It was $115 a month. And mainly because that particular academy, it was actually an MMA academy. I mean, they had everything from top-notch Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and they have one of the greatest Muay Thai programs ever. They have legendary instructors like Kevin Ross. I never took any of those classes, but I'd be around them. I'd see those guys training. And, I would train with some of the Muay Thai guys, because a lot of them would be in MMA. So, of course, they would train their ground game, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. And I'd, get to know them, and they would give me tips on striking, just fucking around. And I fuck around, now it gotta change you. Little Weekend line popped in my brain. But anyway, so these guys are legendary. And, just to be around it was amazing. And where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so just basically I would just exercise, and just nonstop. incredible. And then, I just, like I said, life, I just got lazy, stopped going, and before I knew it, I was like, man, I'm not going, but I'm still paying for the classes. I need to just cancel this shit. So I canceled, and it was just a wrap from there, man. And I didn't even enjoy my last hurrah, because when you cancel, you still pay for like you get kind of like a month free kind of deal, because you cancel and I guess it depends on when you cancel, but yeah, it's, I don't know, I kind of hate myself for canceling and just not taking advantage and kind of wasting money. And I still love jiu-jitsu. I mean, that's my biggest passion in my life still, till this day. I just don't train. Once in a while, I'll break out my grappling dummy and I'll just do some drills. And honestly, I need to start doing that every day. I really do. At least 2 to 3 times a month. I mean, 2 to 3 times a week, like I was doing. Like, instead of going to jiu-jitsu class, I should at least drill and just do the basics. Sorry, you probably hear my wipers. It's raining. I'm on my way home. Hope that's not too annoying. But yeah, guys. I keep saying guys. I'm going to stop doing that. It's kind of annoying. Because, I mean, I don't have an audience. This is really just for me. I mean, I'm sure people will listen to it one day. 2 or 3 years from now. I don't know. But as of now, I don't really have an audience. And it's kind of by choice, to be honest, because I could easily promote my podcast on my social media, and I know I'll get some of my friends, some of my close friends will be like, oh, what? He's got a podcast? But it's kind of like a private thing. I don't know. Pardon me. It's kind of a private thing, just kind of for myself and my close peeps. But yeah, so yeah, man, I was just in phenomenal shape. And then I got my car. So let's keep going down the timeline. So in March, I got my car, and bam, it was pretty much a wrap, dude. Because, there went my transportation to work. I was driving my car to work every day. And it's funny, too, because when I bought my car, even like months leading up to my car, I was like, man, even when I get a car, I was like, man, I'm going to be riding my bike so I can save gas. I was like, I'm going to save gas and wear and tear on my car. Nope, that sure in the hell didn't happen. I got my car, man. I was driving to and from work every day. And then I quit that job, but I got another job. And I did DoorDash for a little bit. But I got another job that was in Livermore, so it was pretty close. Sorry, quick water break. Pretty dehydrated. Sorry. Because I actually did get some exercise today, which is the first time in, I think, a week, actually, because I went and played some basketball with my nephew, with Chuba, my little nephew Neff. Big shout out to him. He's an amazing human being, little human being already. He's 9 years old. But yeah, so anyways, I guess I'll just end it there. Basically, I got a car in March, became a fat ass, literally did pretty much zero exercise. I mean, the most exercise I did was play 6 games of basketball in July, which was amazing, by the way. Literally front to back. I never rested. I took, in between games, I took little water breaks, but that was about it. So anyhow, back to the Chronicles of Andres Villalon. Sorry, excuse me. So anyhow, became a fat ass. Never exercised. So now it's about to. Oh no, it is March. So it's been a year since I had my vehicle. Almost. And but I had this epiphany, man, and so basically, like the cars thing, I'm got my love of basketball back. Like, I truly did. I haven't loved basketball this much since I was like 16 years old. I love it so much, man. And well, the thing is, the epiphany I had was just basically, I need exercise. Like, it's getting bad, and I just need exercise so bad right now, to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to start jogging or riding my bike again. But I was thinking, and I was like, well, why not do basketball? Because I love basketball. It's fun as hell. Like, basically, why not have fun while exercising is basically my epiphany. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you're gonna exercise, you're gonna get all winded and get gassed. And it's like, well, why not get gassed doing something you love, doing something that's fun, instead of on a treadmill, like. But I mean, don't get me wrong, all exercise is good exercise. I'm a firm believer in that. But it's just one of those things where, but also I got really inspired by my coworkers, because they really love basketball. They play hardcore, like 2 to 3 times a week. They all get together sometimes, and so it's crazy, man. But yeah, so I'm gonna start exercising via basketball. But also, I want to hike too. Like, I'm gonna start going to Mission Peak. For those of you that don't know Mission Peak, it's a phenomenal hike over there in Fremont. And I'm going to start being a regular over there, Why not jog and hike, seeing great, phenomenal sights, phenomenal views. It's very, very beautiful over there. You go up this mountain, and you see all kinds of great views from there. So yeah, so basketball and hiking pretty much were kind of at the top of my list, and I'm still brainstorming. Like, I love cycling. I love bicycling. Because not only was it my transportation, a year ago or a couple years ago, whatever, but I loved it. I love cycling. And it's less impact on your knees compared to jogging. For those of you with knee problems, you might want to think about that. Because it absolutely is, and it's just common sense, too. It's, it should be common knowledge. Like, you're not going boom, 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 like bouncing on your knees. It's a you're a cycling motion, so you're not putting high impact on your knees. So anyhow, little fun fact for you. And that's what my podcast is all about, guys. Is just fun facts, useful facts, knowledge. I'm always kicking knowledge, man. That's what my podcast is all about. Kicking knowledge, whether it's, you, me, and Dupree. Sorry, that just popped in my head. But whether it's, it doesn't matter who I'm podcasting with, who my guest is. The main point is going to be health and fitness with a side of comedy, and, and a side of sports. And that's what it is, man. And that's what it'll always be. Wow, 19 minutes already. Jesus. That's what it's always going to be, man. And, and I'm always going to kick knowledge. I kick knowledge like I kick knowledge. And y'all know I'm a hip-hop head, so there's going to be a side of hip-hop. But the key basic... Oh, and of course, Illuminati bullshit. Nah, but not just Illuminati. I mean, it's just critical thinking, man. Whether it's an outlandish, conspiracy theory, question it, look it up, research it. That's why I love having Google, man. In this day and age, wow, that's a beautiful effing car. I gotta see what kind of car this is. Just kicking knowledge, man. And just waking people up. And if you think I'm full of shit and you think I'm bullshit, well, research it yourself. Question it. like the flat earth thing, you know. But I'm not going to get into that. That was last episode. But yeah, man, I want to have a bunch of people on here, man, as guests. And my cousin brought up a good point, though. He's very curious to know who would find these podcasts entertaining. Because, of course, he is, because he knows me. He knows my guests, like my cousin Biggs. That was his brother. Okay, this is a infinity. Beautiful. What kind of infinity is that? I'm not really into infinities. I guess kind of, but anyhow. Alright. Well, because I downloaded it... Shit, did I just hit stop? Okay, no, we're good. So, because I downloaded it, I'm going to read more fun facts on chia seeds. Okay? While I'm driving, which is very dangerous. Nah, I'm going to read it at a red light. So, but anyway, man, yeah, so do what you love and, you know, get exercise. Exercise is the most important. That's why I'm bringing it back in my life. Like, I literally went a year, little to no exercise. You know, minus work, I guess. Working, you know, obviously I do a lot of walking at times. Okay, red light. Great reasons to eat chia seeds every day. High in antioxidants. Contains 5 times more calcium than milk. Didn't know that. Contains 7 times more vitamin C than oranges, than naranjas. I also love learning Spanish. That's my new thing too. I mean, I always learned it throughout the years, you know, kind of slowly but surely. But now I'm like really studying it. Like it's a high priority. I'm not studying it as much as I should, because literally I should be having dedicating an hour a day to learning Spanish. Mi español. Estoy practicando mi español. So I should be doing that, as well as an hour of jiu-jitsu, an hour of basketball, an hour of the Illuminati. No, I'm kidding. But no, really though, no bullshit. I should be dedicating an hour a day to important knowledge, to gaining important knowledge. Knowing Spanish is very important. I mean, especially living in... I mean, you should always be bilingual. That's my, you know, little rule of thumb on that. But especially living in California, you know, where there's a lot of Latinos, Latinas going on over here, a lot of Latino, Latinas action, you know, where you're going to run into them and you're going to speak to some. And here we go. So anyways, back to the chia seeds. Contains 3 times more iron than spinach. Did not know that. Contains twice the potassium content of a banana. Did not know that. Food for healthy skin, hair, and nails. Superfood for the brain and heart. That I did know. And that is why it's super important. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Maintains healthy bones and teeth. Great source of protein for vegetarians. Improve heart health. And this is a source from raw4beauty.com. And I actually trust them because I knew some of that, which I did my own research on, which is another thing that I highly recommend you guys. Look at multiple sources. Whenever you're researching something, don't just rely on one source, because they could be full of shit. They could be full of bullshit. So that's why, you know, you take multiple sources, and if they're all saying one thing, you're like, okay, like you can trust that. But that's why, but honestly, the more the merrier. There is a rule of 3. Actually, that comes from, dang, who was just telling me about that? When you go see a doctor. Big shout out to my friend, whoever told me that. They're like, rule of 3. You know, whenever you get surgery, you know, if you're gonna get like some crazy ass surgery, I think it was my cousin Biggs actually. He was on the podcast. But yeah, he goes, and if it's not Biggs, I'm sorry to whoever gave me this knowledge, but let's say I'm getting MCL surgery, ACL surgery. Okay, well, I'm going to at least, at bare minimum, look at 3 different surgeons and see, you know, who's talking about what, whose price is what, you know, who's going to do it the most, you know, efficient way, who's going to do it the most, you know, efficient way, and also the cheapest. Like, who's going to be, you know what I mean? And whose method makes more sense, who's going to, you know what I mean? Like, so all that stuff. So, rule of 3. But what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about buying cars. That's what brought it up. I was like, yeah, man, like, when you buy a car, you know, look at different dealerships, look at different, you know, deals, look at different, all that kinds of stuff. And, shit, I think my feet are wet, which sucks. So yeah, man, so look at different stuff like that. Look at different, multiple sources. But when it comes to, you know, gaining knowledge, and honestly, it should be double that. It should be 6. You know, in the world we live in today, full of scammers and money-hungry assholes that, you know, don't give a shit about the people. You know, that's why, I mean, there's something called the lemon law when buying a car now, where you can buy a car, and if it's a dud, if this person sells you a clunk of shit, like they made it look, you know, they put a fucking diamond, you know, they made this car look like it was made out of diamonds or some shit, like, oh, this is the best car ever, and then kaplunk, the shit's a fucking clunker, you can now sue them. And I don't know the exact details on that, but I do know of the law, because that happens, man, and it's not just with clunkers, it's with everything. That's why, like, man, I'm actually proud of the guy that sold me this car. It's lasted me a year already, which flew the fuck by. It's lasted me about 25,000 miles, and I've had to do little to no maintenance to it. I mean, you know, just oil changes, pretty much. And I got the wheel alignment, which was actually totally overdue. I damn near drove it the whole year without a wheel alignment. That was super needed the whole way, you know, the whole year. Bought tires. That was it. I just got my tire rotation and wheel alignment, so that was good. And I'm going to buy new tires pretty soon. They're not super bald. I could actually ride these fairly decent way, but I'm going to get, I like, you know, I don't know. I like having new stuff. I mean, like, efficiency, you know, it goes back to efficiency. Like, I like newer tires are going to be more efficient. Not going to risk, you know, blowout or whatever. But anyways, kind of got off topic here. Where was I going with this? Yeah, man, great fucking car, Acura TL, highly recommend it. Although you're going to have transmission issues, so take care of that and you're all good. Because I guess they had a recall on the trannies on this particular model. I think it's 99 to 2003, I want to say. They had tranny problems. But some of them go without any transmission problems. Like, I was reading online, Edmunds.com, which is a phenomenal website, by the way, if you're ever looking to do research on vehicles. So I was looking on there, and man, some people said, like, they're driving their Acura TL, and they literally went 200 miles, like, I want to say 200 plus. Damn, 29 minutes already. I gotta get out of here, guys. 200 plus, and no transmission problems. And they had a 2000 Acura TL. So I'm gonna end it on this note. And I haven't found a to-go, you know, punchline to leave you guys with. But honestly, man, it's just gonna be something like spread love. Spread love and positivity as much as you can. Fuck hate. Never spread hate. Spread love and positivity, guys. And and gain knowledge, you know. So my punchline, my ending the podcast punchline is going to be something along those lines, but I'm still figuring it out. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. For those of you that listened to the whole thing, God bless you. I love you all, and peace out until the next one. Peace.